Action.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? We back again. Higher Learning Podcast, interview edition. Make sure you guys go follow us, YouTube, Politic and Broadcast, and check out our blog, thepoliticandforum.com. Check us out, Politic and Radio. You can catch all our audio content when you're driving, taking a shower, eating, smoking, whatever. I'm here today with Playground. Man, I'm glad y'all came back, man. It's blessed having y'all, man. So Playground, let's just dive right into it, man. I fuck with the name so heavy. I know you told me off camera, but let the people, man, what is Playground?
Yes, sir. So you already know, man. Playground, I like to tell people it's like everybody got their walk of life, or they prefer playground, or they did it, they facing.
Right.
The odds they facing, it's not easy for a typical person.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying, like the typical what we grew around was like minority, the streets. That's like a lot of playground we seen, sports, a lot of athletes, and they playground, so just different like experiences with life, you know what I'm saying, and how your perception changes as you get older, stuff like that. So, basically the whole point of playground is, just all about enjoying life, at what you do though, you know what I'm saying? And anything you go through, you use that to have strength instead of like an excuse, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get yourself pushing, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about doing a lot.
Yeah. So I see y'all, man, honestly, I was thinking about this earlier. I'm kind of comparing y'all to how Rockefeller started. So Hov, Jay-Z said something in one of his older songs, or one of his albums, I think it's when he said something, he said, if anybody would have told me that Hov would sell clothing, not in this lifetime, wasn't in the right mind, that's another difference that's between me and him. I smart enough, open the market up. I see y'all doing that. You guys got the clothing line popping. You're artists as well, entrepreneurs. Talk about building a brand, building a legacy, building a team. Do you guys look at Rockefeller or other labels or Young Money or Rick Ross and them, Maybach or labels like that was able to break on a scene like that as a kind of a guide to what y'all trying to do?
When I look at it like that, I like to compare my stuff to like not really compare, but like I can relate to like like Nick Hussle and his movement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even YG and his.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like you don't limit your ability. You know what I'm saying? You're just an artist.
Right.
You got like you really gotta want to do it too though.
Right.
But it's easy to do like merch and clothes. But I always been in fashion anyway, and I just know like where I'm locked in at, like for sports and entertainment. So I just always knew like that branch should help. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll give the story more purpose as well than us just going out there. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's like it all aligned. Perfect.
Right. Just fit together.
Yeah.
And man, talk about Nipsey and YG. Those are the West Coast versions and kind of like the New Age versions. To look at Nipsey with the independent route that he took, with the music and the clothes and everything. I mean, he had CDs for $100. A shirt, from the store is costing $100. But motherfucker was buying it. So like Nip felt like if they charging the grip for their shit, why can't I do the same thing?
Because it's really like I remember hearing, like an interview, he was saying like a lot of people like they worry about their status. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
I feel like when it comes to these brands and all that, like when people purchase something, they want to feel like it's like they feel a part of something.
Right.
So a lot of like successful brands sell a story, or they basically movement more so than a product itself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Quality and stuff like that play a factor, but overall, it's like the successful brands, they know that it's you selling the actual lifestyle.
Right.
More so than the product itself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it also got I'm big on being organic too. Though. You don't want to be too like I used to like just too much propaganda. Like you too fake with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you gotta be yourself. But still know how to make it business.
Right.
But also making it with you the whole point. You know what I'm saying? Smart plays.
Facts. Smart moves. Like you said, there's one thing that stuck out to me: staying true to yourself.
Yeah.
In this game, you're gonna run into times where that's gonna be tested.
Yeah.
So, how do you avoid getting into something like that if somebody throw a bunch of money at you or make a bunch of promises to you?
Yeah.
What are your plans? Are you planning to just stay independent, or are you looking to like join some group or join some label? Like, what's your end game in the rap game?
Yeah, I feel that's why I set my morals early on. So I know what I want already as far as we all knew like when we got music like the rest of our group, you know, they not here with us.
Yeah.
So, you know, we came, but they shout out them, you know, shout out them.
The whole squad.
Yeah, but yeah, we all like got into it, understanding that we do music for ourselves first. Like we know just for the love of music, and like as far as like you know like royalties and all that stuff, we tapped in with that early as well. So where we know like you know like as far as you know the different avenues like as far as distribution, it's more to it. You know your copyright, your you know your masters and all that. So when we look at it in that aspect, like I'm not scared of like the lab with people.
Yeah.
But then it's one thing, you know, to like give up your ownership. Though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm willing, you know, to work out deals that make sense, you know, and then because you know at the end of the day, it's still about getting us out there as well. So you want to be too stingy. And we in a different era than the Infinite was in. You know what I'm saying? It was more hands on. Now our race is kind of different. It's more. It's the opportunity you got like grew bigger. So like everybody doing what we doing. You know, it's easy to say you got something going. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's the one that's gonna be, I feel like gonna be successful is you know like just showing like you know not really just talking but you know your product and you know just as you expand what you do for people you know provide a job for people. I feel like stuff like that speak louder. The longevity aspect for you not to be like an artist that just fall off one hit wonder. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to expand outside of more basically music and past that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For
Longevity and creating jobs for other people. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. So y'all got 24 hours to spend $1 million. How are you spending that $1 million?
That's 100% investment. All the whole meal. It's all investment from real estate. Even if I don't got the job, get straight to real estate. Okay, I put some money where it's gonna grow. Basically, what is the human need business? What is it? The everyday businesses like fast food, like do a franchise, something like that. Automatic, lock it in.
Yeah, that's passive income right there. You buy a Subway or something like that. You know, I think I looked up the numbers on that. I think the average Subway franchisee makes a profit of like $75,000 a year. That's average. So average meaning you can make more or you can make less. You gotta have location. So having a Subway around it here wouldn't be smart because it's around. You don't know where it's at. You can't see it. Right. You gotta be on a busy street. You know, to where people see it or off the freeway or something like location is important.
And I put some of it automatically too in like life insurance.
Now you talk about that shit. Talk that shit. Don't we as Black people, let's just say it, man, we don't talk enough about life insurance. We don't have it. We don't teach it, and then that's why I mean, you know, unfortunately, we always get stuck when one of our loved ones pass away. GoFundMe's, car washes, standing on the street, holding signs up, talking about. I'm not knocking nobody, but it's like, dang, if we just
Black education,
exactly. Y'all can't afford that, but can you? And I even tell myself this: if you cut this habit and this habit and this habit or that, that's your life insurance right there.
It ain't nothing but an overhead.
That's it. It's a bill. Making a bill.
You know, but it's add on to the monthly that compound interest and all that.
Exactly.
You know, the trust funds and all that stuff.
Exactly. How different do you feel this generation is opposed to the last one or two generations? Like your parents and parents. You know, you've been around grandparents and great aunties and great uncles and remember times as kids. How different do you think this generation is as far as being able to express themselves and independently, you know, become bosses?
Well, it's more like we more in an informational age now. Like so, information was more scarce back then. And it was still. I feel like the older generation and still in like a transition of the basics. Like they still were trying to live by. It was hard to get it. You know, certain stuff just with the basic stuff. Like it was harder to get than now. Like. Because some people like don't even need to really be in school and they can learn the same amount. Basically, from they said I remember doing this research on this in school. From first grade to 12th grade, you could learn like 90% of that just on like YouTube, like the ABC. You know, you can learn all that on YouTube.
It's all on.
Like they got teachers that record their whole class. It's basically like you at school. So like it's a lot of like the information is just way more available to where that's why we were saying earlier with the opportunity. It's just like. It's basically like your option. It's like, okay, you got all this to do what you want to do. You know, it's up to you to like take it and run with it. Some people still choose to, you know, like follow the route like of thinking they just gotta work, check, and then that's their mind. Yeah, I feel as far as like an advantage of what you're saying or something like that.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, information. We got this information will separate.
See, and
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear y'all speak because I got a lot of young people in my life, kids and all, and I tell them like, you guys are in an era, man. If you got a question, you could simply ask a device a question. Like for information, we used to have to have a library card first of all, have a parent that's willing to take us to the fucking library, or if you can't, we gotta walk. But get to the library, look up some shit, find a book finally that has your answers, and then you get a little bit. Then you gotta find something else.
Yeah.
Why can't, instead of wasting your time looking at dumb shit on YouTube or TikTok,
Yeah.
why don't you get some information?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this generation, I feel this generation, but a lot of them just so focused on having fun. And I always tell the young ones, life ain't always fun. You can't always just have fun.
Life was smack.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Just being I'll tell people like I'm still young now, so like when I did a lot of stuff, I just was young.
yeah.
So I experienced a lot of stuff like 13, 14, and
Yeah.
I was like, basically that feeling you get when you out, like, it's no different than clubbing. You club, whatever you're doing, like that you really want to do bad.
Right.
It's like you can hold on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause I did it enough to know, like, all it is just an enjoyment for a moment.
Right.
And I remember people like used to always complain, like you basically you go to, let's say, the typical person go and party that next day, they mad, they gotta wake up in the morning and go to work.
Yeah.
Wait for the next month. And then be twisted out though, because they really didn't. They drinking out of they
Like
trying to avoid their reality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Being surrounded by that all the time, it just made me learn early on. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta put your foundation, put all this cement down.
Right.
So when we get to certain ages, everything all sprout.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all planted seeded in there.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you see,
So
your choices.
Choices, yeah.
Your
Yeah.
choices. If I want to go on the yachts, I can. You know what I'm saying? All of the academic material and experience though. So
Right.
you just gotta know what your ultimate goal is. That's give before take. I feel like that's the ultimate lesson. You gotta just empty yourself out.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Giving everything you got. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I know I met you guys playing football when y'all was younger. And I swore I was like, man, these niggas is scholarship for football. And that's the route they going. So you pretty y'all I know you was on that path, had your Scally and you did your thing and everything.
Man, got injured.
I mean that's
that transition.
Yeah, exactly. So you transition into this. But being so young, man, you guys are serious about what y'all do. I see you guys every day are consistent. You guys post. You guys are always shooting a video. Y'all always performing somewhere. You guys are very consistent. So being so young, talk about what gave you the confidence of saying for me, I'm not gonna do football or things like that. Unfortunately, things like that happen to you, but on your end, like talk about where y'all how are you guys so serious so early and like, man, this is what I want to do and I'm going to do this. There is no plan C or plan B. Like, how'd y'all get to that mentality?
You didn't want to. That's like in the simplest form, but really, it's really just like, I feel like you gotta know how to reflect on your lessons. You know what I'm saying? And so playing football for so many years and going through all that every year, what I was learning, it's like we was limited. We was already limited, like all our opportunities by being so always about football, moving so fast. Probably be like, focus on one thing.
Right.
You don't got time to learn about financial education. You don't got time to learn about just simply having a bigger arsenal than just having one craft. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So after like football not working out, and then I remember I'm telling you boxing.
Right.
For like my boxing lasts like I don't think more than a year.
Right.
But like I said, my first fight had a knockout. So even then I thought I'm like, okay, my boxing is what I wanted to do, but my coach had got real sick real bad, so he couldn't be consistent.
Yeah.
And then every boxer know you need a loyal team when you boxing. You can't train yourself. The reality you need that consistency.
Right.
Fighting fights and all that little stuff. So I had to really just I had to like let that go in a way. But other than that, as far as how we got into music, music messing around with it. But we kind of was still developing, like while I was developing the brand, early on when I still was in school, like I still like a junior in high school. but I kind of knew what I wanted to do, but I still know like my story was gonna grow with me. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's why I do tell people like my brand ain't really defined. Like you don't really got like it's limitless. You know what I'm saying? So I really tell people it's an infinite brand. Like it can go as far as it want to go.
Right.
But my perspective is the original foundation and why it all is what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
just
That was like in the making when I was boxing. I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I then had this like this brand I'm gonna put out either way. You know what I'm saying? So I just followed through. And I just knew like from football not working out, the boxing not working out. I just knew like what I'm saying. You got to do whatever you gonna do. You got to quit.
Right.
You go full-fledged. And I didn't even look at it as quitting. But those lessons is like you don't want to cut hard work off like that, just to get square one again.
Right.
So I just know, like, I might as well just go out, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm 6 weeks, but putting all this work in, something gonna come out of it. If I stay dedicated, I stay doing what I gotta do, I'm gonna get what I deserve. I can't stop. I feel like that's I understand you can't stop.
That's real shit.
Especially when you know that's your purpose, like for that transition. You only got it's like you only got one shot at this experience, so it's like might as well
Right.
go out and live life not full of regret, but like you know what I'm saying, but you did something like that you wanted to do, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That vision you had.
Like you maxed out your vision, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like as much as you put out in the world, you try to do.
You tried it.
That's like I feel like that's what you can do. Put yourself out, whatever it is, opportunities.
Completely, man. It's completely. We're in that era, man, where the opportunity is limitless. Like your brand makes sense. Like you said, it's an infinite brand. But when I think of playground, I think of my playground, my personal. That's what I think of. I sing for somewhere around home in my craft.
Yeah.
that part, man. In your element. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah. So growing up and dealing with the pandemic, I know you guys are probably still maybe in high school or into high school.
No, I'm out. Yeah.
Okay, so when this first started, you guys are already out of high school.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So y'all have to deal with the
Yeah.
home learning.
Well, I actually graduated. I was graduating.
That was a senior year.
Yeah.
Oh,
my 21.
Your senior year too?
2020 for me. Yeah, mine was 21. So.
Oh, so it was your senior year and your junior year?
No, my senior year.
Your senior year.
Yeah, the May 21 is when I graduated.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that year it was changed for you though, like no prom and none of that.
Yeah, all that. But I was already homeschooled prior though.
Oh, right.
So I've been homeschooled
So you been
when I was a freshman and all
so
that.
that didn't really affect you.
That was right up my alley. I'm like,
Straight to online, everything online. I liked it better though.
Yeah.
It was like more like at my pace. And I was always good at school because we always had, like I said, football. Being a student athlete, you forced to have good grades or 2.0 at least just to play.
Right.
That's all I wanted to do was play.
it was actually my freshman year. And I was done.
Did? I couldn't believe it.
Man.
Like you had some of the quickest feet I've seen. I was like,
Yeah.
That's all we did after
Man.
Yeah, like
school.
when I was like, that's what I'm saying. My youth days, I was so like, I football.
We was athletic
I
kids.
ate football. Everything was
no,
football.
no. Still have
Athletic football.
every- Y'all had a family of football. How can you go around it? Everybody in fucking family plays
Yeah.
football. So, you know what I mean? Like everything. How about your brother? He still playing?
Oh, yeah,
He was 21.
Yeah.
He's still playing.
Okay. That's great. Where's he playing at?
He's still playing in Ontario, like the Sooners.
Okay. So, how about your other brother? He was at Chafee. T-Mac. There we go. T-Mac. Where he at?
He's feeling like a villain.
Okay, that's right. That's what's up. Being so young, I keep bringing up the youth. I love the youth and seeing y'all doing shit and staying active, staying out of trouble. Where do y'all see y'all brand playground in 5 years?
Sure. It's really, if you look at it in the perspective of revenue, that's going to be going well. But then as far as where I want it to be, as far as expanding, we for sure, like we was talking earlier with the sports, we want to have like a youth football team. And put it under the brand, and that's going to kind of be like our birth into the sports with sports apparel. Getting sports apparel, just getting locked in with sports in general, just athletes, and getting locked in on our athlete ambassadors. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, just get locked in that world. That's where, you know what I'm saying, when we live, that's where we was on. So that natural level gonna always be there. So I feel like that branch is just like off the strength.
Right.
And then musically, you know, we want to just be locked in. Like we want to build our personal team, like you know, from producers to engineers, like build that network. You know, really know how we doing. So be able to basically be more strategical.
Right.
The next couple of years, we want to be more strategical so that. You know, like the growth will come with it. Like the fans will come because we're gonna start being more consistent.
Right.
Plus the quality. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, we got to say.
Yeah. That's
And I really just like to let my work speak more. So I just be like, I like. You know, I could go all day with. That's why I said like when my brand mean like it's like a I could make a book. I plan on making a book.
There you go. That's another avenue.
So to be fully like you know, because I don't like just giving it this one like everything.
Hey, you can make it. People make books off of everything. Selling information. That's all it is selling information.
And I know it's a valuable, you know, to people though.
Yeah.
Well, so,
Definitely. Yeah. So. Talking about the dry shit. Who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
Man, I'm hot, man. I'm a Packer fan. We just got wiped out by the Niners.
I'm a Raider fan. We lost early on.
You know, I'm a little.
That game when they went up 7-0, I was at the homie house, and after that possession, I was just like,
man, after that special team possession, man, I didn't even know what to say.
The 49ers just figured them out. Like the Packers couldn't even move the ball after our first drive.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm going for the Rams. I love for the Rams. My Raiders lost, but you know I'm going for the Rams.
I hope the Rams win for sure.
I don't know, man.
San
Francisco been having a number lately. They won the last 4 games.
Cisco, it's gonna be a good
front four, that defensive front four.
See, because Cisco on the team when they come back, like they hot.
Yeah.
And LA just being kind of good, so they gonna be more. Basically, San Francisco win, that was like the disappointment one.
Yeah.
I mean, no, they made a disappointment.
Yeah.
So but if LA win, it was like that was the favorite. I feel like that's who favored. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's who favorite to win.
Yeah. It's to me, San Francisco.
If you look at it from the whole season,
no, you good.
Yeah, you look at it from the whole season, like you know that LA been.
Yeah. San Francisco just looked like, to me, it looks like a team that's like destined. Like you see teams that go down and they come back. Yeah. I remember the Cardinals a couple of years ago. They was 7-9. This is like maybe years ago. 7-9. They went to the Super Bowl. They got hot.
Yeah.
San Francisco coming back from victories and shutting great offensive teams down. Like they just look like a team of destiny to me. Like I'm not even a 49er fan. I hate the fucking 49ers.
Yeah.
But they just look like a team of destiny. You know, Brady ain't there. I'm a home kid. It's amazing. Yeah, he that was a hell of a game. That Buffalo Chiefs game. That shit was crazy. I ain't never seen no shit like that. Josh Allen too. Josh Allen was balling. Receiver Davis was balling. Like Tyreek Hill, of course, was balling. It was amazing.
I was scoring.
To the end for sure.
Right. Could you see yourself owning a football franchise one day?
For sure.
I could.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like with the whole branches things, like it's sky's the limit with each one. So like. You know, there be like a lot, like you know, if you know any brand know like you trying to get in that avenue. You of course I want to collab with any team I can collab with.
Right.
You know, I collab with NFL team.
Right.
You know, I think SOW did it with cough syrup.
Yeah.
He collab with the Rams.
See, that's the whole
stuff like that. You know, that's different avenues. You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff we trying to do like on collaboration. And then I know like a little gym I took from them. I know I see YG brand like. Chili's and Zoomies and stuff. So like those type of like wholesaling with it got kind of guaranteeing. You know, you in the mall, it's like it's a common brand.
You see people every day, tourists and all,
so stuff like that. You know, that's what we plan on being.
Right. I mean, talking about YG and him being able to, of course, we know his background. You know, being from the streets, being gang and all that, but YG low key, he been really out there making moves. Like quietly, you know, he making business moves. You know, him and Nipsey was collaborating on shit. He had Nip talking about a game. You know, do you think that can be something that can be pushed to like other niggas in the hood? Because it's hard. Like, obviously, you want to reach that. You want everyone to stop being so violent. Of course, it's never going to end, but you know, we need niggas like YG to do that. Is that like something that you think could trickle down?
It started with like, well, so first, like, this sound like kind of, I don't like being negative, but like how the game culture like structured it's not because of like people trying to make the color in the streets. It's none of that. It's just death play a role. Like so, such and such. This is a typical story. Such and such did this and this. You know, people now that's a for life grudge. You know? Like you just say 5 of the family forgive it, but one hurt. All it takes is one. I don't like that, and then boom. And that beef just forever. That's just that alone. You got 100,000 reasons.
Family members.
Yeah, that's just rooted.
Going.
To where on a as far as that ever being going, it ain't. So as far as getting to these type of people,
right?
It start with they first off when they first born. You know, you gotta. It's just like a certain. You gotta feed them information.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Early on, because a lot of people like already don't have dads. You know, a lot of these families don't got dads.
Right.
It's always a big missing hole. Where that causing, because I remember, you know, from all my like experience with all that type of stuff, I know it's like a lot of times a lot of people go to the streets in the form of, you know, a defense mechanism,
right?
You know, or more like an outlet of like out of frustration. You know what I'm saying? People do that more so than just thinking it's cool.
Right.
And the ones that's doing that, then the same ones that you know take it serious. You know what I'm saying? So giving them type of people information, is knowing how to approach it. You know what I'm saying? Knowing how to make it like. Make sense to them, to that specific person, you know what I'm saying, or that specific group of people. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I know I do that real well because a lot of my people is right here. You know what I'm saying? So it's not foreign to me, you know, I've always been around it.
Yeah.
So I know how to, you know, approach it and talk to people and give them a perspective, you know, spark their mind a little. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because they do give it a lot of more negative than positive. So off the top, everything they do is already tense. It's almost like, you know, it's like, you know, wild animal trying to capture, you know, they tripping on you.
Yeah,
that's kind of how the same thing with our own people. So a lot of times, like, you know, people want to look like yourself, you trip. Right. And that's not really how it's supposed to be, though.
No, it's not. It's
you
not.
Know what I'm saying?
It's
so
not.
I feel like that. I just had to do it. You know, the right people know how to get to these individuals.
Right.
People.
I've always been, you know, I guess I took too negative on the subject. Like, we can't do it. It's impossible. This and that. But it's sort of like. Little by little, so you may not be able to change the mass of it, but if you can get to one person, that's progress.
That's true. That is true.
One life saved, one person,
one impact.
One impact, little by little. You know what I'm saying? Bit by bit. If everybody can focus on just helping one person, changing one person, then we could evolve bigger change in the future.
That is true.
You know, so talk about, were you guys like having discussions about Black ownership and owning businesses and, you know, not just being workers, but having actually Black owned businesses? Is that something that you learned in school or in your families or anything like that?
Yeah, none of that. Yeah, just a lot of stuff we learned was like, as far as like that, got us woke up into like wanting to be entrepreneurs and, you know, change, you know, break the chain for real is like I like it's like a reflection. You gotta be able to unlearn it too in the process. Right. You know, it's not just all learning, because then you still be frustrated with, you know, what you stop habit kind of, you know what I'm saying, in a way. So I had to like, I always say I had to like rip myself out, you know, for like COVID did this, and I had to like basically a whole year just like unlearning and learning.
Right.
You know, just from the group stuff, from, you know, we talked from religion all the way to scholastic education and separating it from financial education, you know, little stuff like that. You just gotta like, I had to read like a lot of stuff. How my mindset was, which is fast money.
Right.
You know, it's just like the fast life.
Right.
Especially after football.
Right.
I was just in that space. Like, you easily can go right here, right now.
Easy.
You know,
Easy.
And deal with it. You know, because I got a taste of it all. You know, playing, you know, doing stuff. So, you know, you get a taste and like, you know, you want that for yourself or you don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, as far as like, I just had it's like a big reflecting period I took that made me learn about the stuff, and I started seeing stuff at different perspectives.
Right. Nice. Have you got into cryptocurrency? Have you studied
we did here.
You got into it. I still study it.
It's gonna be a major factor, you know.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
All this technology stuff is strictly going to take over.
I'm
right now. A matter of time.
I mean, just advancing, man. It's just everything advances.
The good thing I like about that type of stuff that make it make sense is you got to tell our type of people that, see, it's all about the materialistic game. Like we want like cars, house, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it, but you know, it's like you want your assets overweigh all that to where they pay for it on just naturally.
Yes.
But a lot of people don't got that mindset. They want it that you know liability column will be bigger.
Yep.
So when it comes to like investing, like that's the way we is now. Like it's hard for me to even like shop for other people's clothes, not because I don't support, but because like 100% of my money I'll be wanting it to you know, not even like where they like that. That's what it's about. Invested to where it's an asset. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even when it comes to like cars, how we want to get a home and all that little stuff is like we trying to think of it and how we can make it an asset.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, that's dope.
Cause I don't like having money just coming out and they helping.
Exactly.
Like mine is like.
I mean, it's a lot of cats, especially younger cats, and we all go through that. You know, they got all the $400 shoes, and damn, I say $400 when I was it wasn't that much, but you know,
$60,
$80, hella jewelry, like, not just a couple chains, but the hella jewelry.
Actually, that EDD, that's splurging out. It's crazy. I feel like God did this on purpose, like for the ones who know that's really, you know, trying to put it, he didn't give it. Like we didn't give none of that.
Damn,
not one
piece.
Not a rack from it. So it's like all the people that we know boys that got 30 bands for. I'm like, this money is like you playing with commercial money.
Right.
You could fuck around and go get you a property in Texas or something like that.
You weren't thinking that. They thinking Gucci.
And I don't know, but it be like it's like leverage and power though that's legit with it.
Right.
That's why I used to think the same way though. Like I used to be like you don't be wanting to do all that. Like you look at it like that. Like I'm not gonna wait and all this and then this and that. But like you gotta think how fast time go by you. Then you like, dang, I could have just did it and straight. And that's the biggest thing that people deal with is the time part. They feel like, well, it's a matter like how fast can I do it? If it ain't fast, then I ain't with it.
Right.
But next thing you know, time is not gonna stop regardless. So you might as well
start something.
Get in the race. You know what I'm saying? That's why I felt with the marathon shit. So that's why I told my I always felt I felt with that so hard because it literally like that. It's like we all in this big, you know, marathon. Right. It's like you so worried about trying to win the race. The marathon is not. You don't know when it's going to end for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you personally gotta know like, okay, now, let me lay down some roots. Let me get some real shit planted for my people. Right. So you can see shit out of different perspectives. Then you're gonna realize all this materialistic going out, whatever you really think that really important is nothing. It's dust. It's just like you have it's here for a good time, but not a long time. I even see from observing a lot of celebrities that got like that try to flex.
Yeah.
It's like you only gonna really want something that have that urge to like enjoy something for so long. Let's say you get a brand new Lamborghini. Like I don't know how to fit it in, so I can't really speak on it. But what I'm saying is like when you get to stuff, you only go once you get like what is it, accustomed to it or whatever. Like you become it's nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if that's your ultimate goal, you gotta shift your mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna, like I said, that's gonna come. Like you gonna have money to just pay for it. And if you really want to invest, you learn about credit. You know what I'm saying? Get in that credit. You straight. You want whatever you want. You get good credit.
I had a question for y'all. So you guys are first year in high school. In high school, what was the curriculum on teaching y'all about Black history? Like, what's some of the main Black history that y'all were taught in high school?
Not to the basic, like, you know, what you learn about slavery, like stuff like that.
It was more stories like Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, slavery stuff. Like it was more like the slavery, you know, really slavery stuff.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, basic, like, you know, they ain't teaching me about not the real.
They not digging it, man.
Is there things that you guys learned after high school about something about Black history? I was like, damn, like for real, that happened.
The little things I be seeing, like
those stuff.
As far as like the basics, like who really started certain stuff and got robbed for it.
Right.
Like that part, so they don't get enough recognition.
Like off the strength, I feel like the masses know at this point that, you know, the hopeless Columbus shit was all like that's them telling you right there, like.
Exactly. They told us to play. They told us to play right here.
Ran down on everything.
They told us to play. Mr. Columbus seen it. He was like, "Oh, we about to rob these ones."
So I feel like that right there was that stuff like that like will tell you why all this everything was out as far as like every like it's always somebody that just want to conquer instead of like just be like everybody eat. Everybody is they in the race to be the conqueror. Like they want to be rule everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't even really be thinking it. I mean, maybe back then it was like race, but now it's evolved past that to where it's like everybody in this race that like a lot of people ultimately goes to have just so that they can shit on people.
Yes,
and that type of mindset really not, it ain't it's not gonna bring you no real joy, no fulfillment. And then you ain't gonna never be fulfilled, which a lot of rappers like that. I know I know this because like I said, we're growing up with these type of homies, like the fast mindset that have you thinking like and then you never really fulfilled.
Right.
Because you worried about status, you worried about the basic stuff, man.
Right. I don't understand the shit on you aspect. Yeah. Why would you want to? I couldn't imagine being the only rich motherfucker around. Like, it's boring. Like, you can't, unless you gonna be flooded or anything.
Yeah.
So I want everybody to fuck
you. Gotta deal with company after so long. It's like letting like a lion get hungry.
Yeah.
You gonna eat your own. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about having an empire. Like, it's not. It's like it's like beating on a kid or something. It's like if you do somebody like that so long, like you basically flexing around your people, your own, especially your own people. Like you don't gotta be giving to everybody,
right? But
like the typical mindset that want to do for people, they want to get their family straight, your closeness straight, your circle. Yeah. And expand that time so that he get in position. Now he might grow up in his own little way. You know what I'm saying? His business boom. And now you got more power. It's all about power. Like, you got more. Wiggle room versus trying to be greedy with it. Then you got to deal with snakes in the grass. You got to deal with your own people. Gonna be one in the back that you only have that energy when you allow it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you know that people are on the same page, that's all you can do. You know what I'm saying? If you get equal out, I'm big on giving. Like whatever I learn, I try to give it out. Right. Because now I know that I'm not with the stingy. I gave all the information.
Right.
You just take it and run with it.
Go back to the good to get a game right back. You said it.
Early anything I learned, I was strength. I give to him. I don't give every people that take it, doing whatever they want.
Yes.
Chilling with me, whatever. I'm gonna give them little pieces of knowledge learned.
So, female rappers, I got a question for y'all on this. Out of all the new female rappers, it seems like it's a lot of like new ones out, and I don't think they get enough recognition. But let's talk about which one of y'all would each of y'all pick today if you would date any female rapper.
My job gonna be hot.
But I don't know, like.
Let me see.
I couldn't even pick one either. I was thinking.
Because a lot of their mindsets is, but see this, I know that a lot of stuff come with what is it? They put on this image for the public, so you really don't really know none of them.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to just say that I know. I could judge motherfucker right now and be like, but that's probably not how she is.
That's representative.
That's how I see it.
And you know how these presses is, they put the TMZ light on you. Any little thing you do, they gonna try to put it.
It's a negative
so it's hard to try to think off the string, but if I go there, I just buy on some looks. I just go buy looks.
Yeah.
Only because it's the one I be most tapped in with is Sweetie.
Yes.
Sweetie
man. Oh,
I was gonna say Ruby Rose, but I ain't really been tapped in either. Like that. I might be speaking on.
There's something out there I've been seeing lately.
I'm so. I'm thinking about Nicki Minaj.
Nicki was in my head right now. I was like, bro, I like all of them. I said, but Nicki still can get it, man. Nicki can get it until she retires. Until she's 91, Nicki can get it for sure. Nicki, you can definitely get it. Believe that.
Coming for yours too.
You feel me? 2022, man. Let's let everybody know, what y'all got coming, new projects, new songs, new music, new performances, what y'all goals for this year.
All of that, man.
Everything from 4C on the clothing, I'm really trying to go up. Like from commercials to collaboration with other influencers, everything. I'm trying to be I just want my professionalism to step all the way up. Like where they can't even tell I'm a small business.
your presentation.
That's my goal. Is on the year at a glance.
Yeah.
And on some music, is just being real. The key word is consistent with us. You know, as long as we stay consistent from visuals to our quality of music and all that, keep going the shows, networking, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
And when that connect, that's just gonna enhance the main for it clothing. So we're gonna for sure kick it off with the sports this year.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we can kick it off a lot of new little ventures as well. We'll get kicked off.
Right.
You know, there's a lot going on.
Do you guys have to get your own selves into these shows, or you got somebody that's doing that for you?
I was talking shit. I'm tapped in.
You guys perform a lot.
Yeah. We got an opportunity February 5th. Yeah, we might be performing. Well, basically, I just got to lock it in, but I just got to make sure it makes sense and it's going to be guaranteed. But for sure, yeah, we stay having, plays,
Yeah. How do y'all feel about the state of the country going forward? You know, you guys are young. Y'all gonna see the next generation and grow through this next transition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously, there's still imbalance in America as far as wealth. You know, I think Black people are 3% of the wealth in America. Mm-hmm. So, how do y'all see that playing out over the next 20 years? And what do you think? How do y'all think y'all could help impact and make that change? And help this young generation push towards that and get rid of the racism, because to be honest, a lot of the people that was in slavery and segregation, those people are dying off. So how do we let the hate and the racism die with that and try to change things going forward?
I feel like off top with so it's one of those things like, because the splurge of small businesses, people just trying to be entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. Is going to change the whole economy for like the structure of business, because business ain't gonna be workers no more. To sum it up, like, and it's gonna get smaller and smaller that gap, and then so what's gonna happen is gonna be a lot of like just within our own country. It's gonna be a lot of conflict.
Yeah.
I could put it all the way up to the point of like just on the streets level, like people it's gonna start getting bad.
Yeah.
Because jobs ain't gonna be available, and people already ain't financially educated, so if they're not on that train right now, for sure that percentage is gonna go up as far as Black wealth and just in general, because so many people is getting put on. So some people gonna make it. Somebody out of all these people that is popping out with all this stuff, becoming more educated, a solid percentage is gonna become wealthy and break their chain. So I do see it going up with that. But I feel like history got to repeat itself as well, because if this first happens, it's gonna be similar to like a golden age. Like everybody eating too fat, like too much, and so that's when the war happened. So some form of like something got to happen to that peak, and then we gonna get surface again and see how things won't never be the same as they were before, but they will still reflect old ways. You know what I'm saying? To make it make sense, like it's like what I'm saying. Like,
I got the drift. Yeah. You know what? And I feel comfortable. Pushing this next generation forward. Obviously, we get older, but having cats like y'all, I know we got a chance. You feel me? I appreciate y'all for being so tapped in, for being so in not just off bullshit, studying, being smart, learning. I appreciate y'all for that, and I feel that we have a chance because of y'all, and I know it's others like y'all. So just bring them all together.
Appreciate you hearing this out, man. Right here.
I want y'all to keep going up, man. Keep doing y'all thing. I see y'all. I'm gonna get some more gear. Wear y'all shit at some of these events. Just stay tapped in.
That's right, man.
So, you know what I'm saying? Tell everybody where to find y'all, man.
You can find our clothing brand, Playground Clothing, at PLAYGRND Clothing. You can find our website, Playground Clothing, same way, PLAYGRND Clothing.com. Follow our music page, Playground Music, so the same way. My personal page is PGMG Baby, no spaces, no underscore, PGMG Baby. Mine's PGM_Drew, that's the Instagram. Find me on all platforms too. Also, shout out to Zay, one King Buddha.
Squad. Yes. So thank y'all for tuning in. I have my boys Playground here. I had some of the guys missing, but we're gonna get them back on. Thank y'all for watching the Higher Learning Podcast. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, share our YouTube channel, Politic and Broadcasting. Check out on Politic and Radio on all audio podcast platforms, and check out our blog, thepoliticinform.com, where you see interviews like this one, content, red carpet interviews, write-ups, news, events, etc. Thank y'all for stopping by. My boy Playground, boys Playground.